directly from the Alma High School News Studio, covering news and sports from where it matters. You're watching the Airedale.
Welcome to the Airedale. I'm Michael Farrell.
And I'm Ben Mitchell.
And today we'll be talking about the recent award for Alma High School, FFA, DECA, foreign exchange, plus much, much more, coming up on
The Airedale.
Our students here at Alma High School have had an amazing opportunity to receive their OSHA certifications. But what exactly is an OSHA certification? Find out more with Destiny Wheeler's deep dive into these certifications.
If you have ever taken a look inside Ms. Eikenberry's class, you'll notice that there are a lot of determined, hard-working students all working towards the same goal, to graduate with their OSHA certification. But why do they need their OSHA certifications? Ms. Eikenberry explains how OSHA teaches students about hazards in the workplace and how to prevent injuries and illnesses. Now that we know why they need their OSHA certifications, how is this going to benefit their future? Here are a few students to tell us now.
Well, it doesn't work for every job, but if you have the card and the certificate, it could help you get a higher position or a higher raise faster and easier.
I think it can really help me in the future and everything, and I think it does provide a great support for kids here and everything, getting into college and getting a good career and everything. So I'm really glad I got my OSHA card.
I am Destiny Wheeler from Airwaves Media.
DECA is one of our many clubs here at Alma High School. It focuses on marketing and business. It really expands your skill set and is a great club to consider joining. Stetson Goodson has more on DECA.
DECA is a club that costs $20 to enter and goes to a competition, but what is DECA?
So DECA is a marketing CTSO designed to help students in marketing, hospitality, career development, and business administration. But I always say DECA is a little bit more than that, because DECA helps you be academically prepared, dress responsible, help you be community oriented, and many more.
DECA is an organization of middle school, high school, and college students. We focus on business, marketing, finance, hospitality, those clusters. We do a lot of competitions, we network.
While they only do one competition, they do many activities. Let's talk to Logan Jackson for more.
DECA has over 53 competitive events, and most of those can be virtual events that you find on a computer. You can write a business paper, you can do a project management, or you could just do a role play.
People may think DECA is a class, but is a club. Let's talk to Emily Halley for more information.
Well, we don't actually have a DECA class. It's marketing, advanced marketing, SBO.
As an inside look on DECA, this is Stetson Goodson from Airwaves Media.
FFA stands for Future Farmers of America, and our FFA chapter has a lot to offer, from competitions to learning new skills and expanding those skill sets to apply to the real world. Evan Sanderson has more on our FFA chapter.
The FFA National Convention was held in Indianapolis, Indiana, at the Lucas Oil Stadium in the Indiana Convention Center.
The convention was held for the FFA, or the Future Farmers of America, in which anyone who was an FFA member could attend, but it was also for those who competed in many of the FFA's different competitions and what they participated in something such as a supervised agriculture experience, which is a project that can be managed by a person who is a member of FFA. There was multiple awards given and many different experiences that people could participate in, and it was just a great experience to be there. And it was very interesting to see both how not only could you go there and not compete, but you could go there if you were a band member or a choir member for FFA. There was multiple different reasons that FFA members were there, but it was a gathering of over 86,000 FFA members.
Mason said that they got to travel the agricultural side of Minneapolis, and they got to attend empowerment meetings.
So our members went and attended multiple sessions while we were there. So they heard from various speakers. They attended a workshop where they met with some of those other FFA members from other nations. And then we also attended a tour. We went up to Fair Oaks, Indiana, which is a couple hours north of actually where the convention was held, and toured the Fair Oaks Dairy and Fair Oaks Swine operation. And that was a really neat experience. Members got to see a rotational or a robotic dairy parlor, as well as a milking carousel, and then also pigs being raised, or pig production on a large scale operation, which most of the time is very hard to be able to get into or see because of biosecurity. So it was a really neat experience for them.
FFA counselor Lakin Brumley said, FFA National Convention is a silent agreement of every FFA chapter who has placed on a national level in various events. They get to work together to discuss leadership roles, and they also get to communicate with colleges, professionals, and agricultural businesses. I'm Evan Sanderson for Airwaves Media.
Students from all over the world travel to the United States to experience the culture, customs, and different styles of schooling in America as part of the foreign exchange program. Caden Daspit and Braden Pepis took a look into this international program.
At Alma High School, we bring in students from all across the world to come to Alma and experience the American lifestyle, as well as the Alma High School experience. We spoke to the International Student Exchange Coordinator, Ms. Parham, to get the inside story on the hosting system.
It's very simple. We work with companies all over the United States that attract exchange students from all over the world, and they apply to Alma High School, and then we go through the student applications and choose the ones we want for the next year.
The exchange program has brought in many international students from countries such as Italy, France, Spain, Denmark, and many others. Today, we talked to a student from Denmark to see his opinion on America so far.
But I like the nature here. There's a lot of, you can hike many places.
And asked him what he enjoys most about Alma.
The community. Everyone knows each other almost in the city. And the school here is pretty cool too.
So as it seems, the students enjoy not only the scenery of America, but the community of Alma. A few more students will be coming in January, and we hope to see them soon.
Man, that's got to be scary going to a whole different country for an entire year.
I'm sure that it would be scary to move like that, but at least they have some great people to guide them in their time here in the United States.
Speaking of their time in the United States, it can be a very interesting experience for the students to come to America as a part of our foreign exchange program. But what is it like to be the family that hosts them? Louis Alexander took a look into our foreign exchange family's hosts.
Hosting a foreign exchange student is not something many people consider doing, although it seems like something to look at. Miss King tells us what she has learned from them.
They've made a couple of meals. So we've talked about different foods, and I've let them cook some of their, foods that they like from their country. And everything in America is a whole lot sweeter than it is in other countries. So they're not used to all the sweetness, sweet tea, and all the sugar stuff. So that's been something that I've learned from them.
Miss Parham is the coordinator of hosting families. We talked to her on the process of getting them here.
Yes. Well, to attract exchange students to Arkansas has not been an easy process, but it is one that we've been working on for many years. We make our program very accessible to them. We diversify with many different organizations to attract students from many different countries. And we also try to gather a culture of students and families that will enjoy having the students here and welcome them.
This is Louis Alexander with Airwaves Media.
Coding is a skill that's gained more job opportunities as more companies search for cybersecurity professionals. Hunter Cole and Cole Howard have more on the computer science class we have here at Alma High School.
There is a program at Alma High School called Computer Science, where students learn how to code and hack. We spoke with Mr. Merritt for more.
I teach computer science. There are actually 3 different classes that I teach. I teach a Basics of Computer Science class, which is for most 9th graders, because everybody's going to have to get a computer science credit now. I also teach AP Computer Science A, and that's for upper level students. And then I've also got a physics class that I teach.
He uses a website called PLTW to introduce students to coding in an easier way, like with blocks instead of the actual code straight away.
So PLTW, Computer Science Essentials, the idea is it introduces students to programming in ways that is relatable to them. So things like applications or dealing with maybe robots or something like that. It allows them to see, okay, this is how, or sort of what the goal is, and then it allows them to work up towards building that goal. And then we do something called, in computer science, we call it abstraction, So we take away all the details so you don't see all the little really confusing stuff. They work at a more higher level to see, okay, this is what is actually being produced. And then later on, as we progress through the actual program, we go back and we'll go and do the more detailed stuff.
The students in this class are currently learning Python, which is a programming language.
Right now, we're starting Python, which is an actual text-based coding language, and they're learning what are the pieces and parts of that, and how does that go into programming in the real world.
Mr. Merritt says that most of his students in his class are good at coding, with some being so good that they get their work done early and can do extra coding assignments.
I've got several quite bright students in this group. They're doing awesome. I've got a couple of them who they like to learn a little bit about hacking and things, so they get done with their work, and I've got some websites and things that'll teach them a little more about how to use computers in ways that they weren't necessarily intended to use, and how to prevent those types of things, and then also other programming languages, problems, gaming, that type of stuff.
This is Hunter and Cole with Airwaves Media.
For the past few weeks, Ben Mitchell has been highlighting our new teachers here at Alma High School. He continues this series with this look into Miss Granlund.
The high school has had an influx of new teachers and students this year, and because we can't exactly get around to every student, I've made it a mission to show you about all the new teachers this year. And this week, it's Miss Granlund. To start, I asked her about how she feels on her first year teaching here at Alma.
I feel pretty good, you know, I'm slowly getting the hang of things and kind of seeing what I need to fix, but it's a good time.
Next, I asked her how she feels about the school itself and its community.
You know, I've really enjoyed getting to know everybody and like kind of see what everyone's about in and outside the school, but I love everybody. I love them.
There is one extra thing she wanted to say, and here it is.
Definitely have to give a shout out to Miss Van Dievender, you know, teacher bestie. I go and annoy her before school, during lunch, after school, you know.
Shout out to Miss Granlund and to Miss Van Dievender. Miss Granlund loves you. This has been Ben Mitchell signing off from Airwaves Media.
There's a new sponsor for the bowling team, making them have to work even harder this season. Dane Barker and Levi Stringfellow have more on the bowling team.
Bowling may not be as popular as football or baseball, but it still isn't an easy task. Coach Myers is ready for the new challenge he has ahead of him.
So I'm looking for the challenge, and again, it's just another opportunity for me to get to know some of the high school kids. And I'm new to the school and new to the area, and just want to get to know as much of the people here as I can.
The students on the bowling team are preparing themselves for competition. Coach Myers is there to help them along the way.
A lot of these, they know how to bowl. I'm just there just to try to get them there and hopefully do some good things.
This has been Dane, Levi, and Connor with Airwaves Media.
Our Alma dance team has won first place in our state competition, and now they will be off to nationals. Sarah Nutt has more on our dance team's big win.
After going to state competition, dance team won first place overall for the first time in 5 years. In February, they'll be going to nationals.
Like hearing our names announced as the state champions and not the runner-up, or we've gotten third place, we've gotten second place, but it's been 5 years since we've got first place. It was unreal.
Dance team performed 3 routines, but only got 2 minutes for each one, having 6 minutes on stage in total. They had to do intensive practicing for such short performances, but the practice obviously paid off. Katie Manger is a senior now, but she's been on dance team since sophomore year.
This is the first time that we've won state that I've been a part of the team myself. Getting that win after so much hard work, 3 years of doing this, 6 a.m. practices, summer practices, it's truly an incredible feeling.
Morgan English is a freshman and isn't on dance team yet. Despite this, she still felt proud of her upperclassmen's achievement.
It was so beautiful watching them dance, and I know personally how hard they work, and I see them working twice a day, every day for weeks.
Everyone gets tired of everything eventually. Students in dance said that their team always was there to inspire them to keep going on tough days, and this teamwork and support is the reason why dance team crushed the competition and won first in state. I'm Sarah Nutt with Airwaves Media.
The cheer team works hard for the sports games and their own competitions. But what drives the cheerleaders to work so hard? Gemini Shong talked to some members of the cheer team to find out their answer.
Our cheer team has done so much throughout the years for Alma High School, such as pep rallies and performing at football games, to representing our school in competition. Speaking of competition, our cheer team recently went to their state contest, so we asked Coach Law what the state competition is all about.
So we prepare with having a lot of practices. We have our choreographer come in and teach us a routine, and then from there we take each section and break it down and perfect each section so that when we put the whole routine together, it looks seamless and effortless.
But what about the cheerleaders' thoughts about cheer? The cheerleaders have worked so hard to reach an amazing level of success for Alma and their team. Some cheerleaders told me how they feel about their time on the cheer team.
I mostly enjoy the bond we all have as a team because creating a bond is one of the most important things when you're on a team.
Personally, for myself, I like to go through the motions and figure out what is best for the way that I play the role in the routine.
I love getting to see my cheerleaders head to nationals. They work so hard all year long, and to get to go to nationals and watch them perform their routine that they've been working on all year long is so rewarding, and it makes me so proud of them.
We're just going to have to wait and see for our cheerleaders to go to nationals contest. In the meantime, keep cheering on the Alma Airedale cheer team. This is Gemini Shong from Airwaves Media.
Hunting season is now in full swing with multiple students and faculty members taking their time to hunt. Hunter Brewer and Joseph Lynn asked around Alma High School to see what our students and faculty members thought of the hunting season.
Hunting is a fun outdoor activity during the wintertime.
It's a great. If you don't go outdoors, you should try it. It's the best thing ever.
Hunting is a fun way of getting to hang out with your friends or parents.
It's been pretty good. Been seeing a lot of deer, and with that cold front, it's been working a lot better.
If you are over 16 and want to hunt, you are required to have a hunting education. This is Joey and Hunter for Airwaves Media.
Last 10 years, ebooks have become a very popular form of reading inside and outside of the classroom. Some students, however, still enjoy turning the pages of a physical book. Aiden Mills and Declan Saunders took a look to see which form of reading the students of Alma actually prefer.
Roughly 33% of people read digital books, and there are more than 32% of people that read physical books. People prefer physical books over digital books for the look and feel of realism.
So I enjoy reading both digitally and like a physical book. I like my Kindle a lot because I can take it with me on trips. I'm not lugging around a lot of books. And if there's a book I really, really want, but it's late in the evening, I can, download it quickly and have it right then. But I love reading also a physical book. I'm reading one right now. And it's nice to be able to kind of track my spot and see where I am. And there's just nothing like holding a real book. But I enjoy both.
Physical books have fewer distractions on devices and cause fewer headaches and eye strain. 65% of people prefer physical books, while 71% of people prefer digital books.
Reading is so good for us. I know it is something that's hard to do at times. We get busy, we get overwhelmed. I know teenagers especially have a lot going on, and our attention spans aren't quite as long as they used to be. But if you can find a really good book that you would enjoy, reading is really a good just regulating activity. It can help us calm down and to obviously learn a lot and escape our reality sometimes.
This has been Aiden Mills and Declan Saunders for Airwaves Media for Alma High School.
Thanks for watching this episode of the Airedale. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow all of our social medias at Airwaves Media. And as always,
Go Airedales.